Absolutely. Right now we're just around in the midfield as DMU try and muscle their way over the gain line. So Ross, looking at the two lineups, is there any players who stand out for you right now, or is there a balanced setup right now?
Yes, most of the DMU boys have been around the block a bit. There's only two first years, Matt Wells at 12 and Lewis Stanhope, can't read my own writing, at tight head prop. In the UOL side there's a few good players, with our league experience in the English domestic leagues, and Jack Dickinson, watch out for him, number 7, believe made his Wasps debut the end of the turn of the year.
And UOL have just charged down a breakdown kick right there, but it was a loose UOL line-out that created a turnover. So right now DMU are in possession, just trying to get further up the pitch. We're looking at both teams are just trying to measure each other right now, see what style of play is going on, the physicality of the game, and what to expect from each other. And the referee has awarded a penalty for coming off feet at the breakdown. Ryan, do you feel there's any weaknesses in this UOL team, or are they just a complete team at the moment?
It looks like they're trying to play against the DMU physicality up front. So their pack looks roughly similar size. We've not really seen backs in this game much yet, but that was a good clearance kick there.
Absolutely. Good penalty kick there. DMU getting a lot of territory, now deep into the UOL half for this line-out. Last line-out was by UOL, which was turned over, that DMU took. This line-out, what would we expect, Ryan, from DMU at this line-out?
So early on in the game, stroke at the front, Andy Braithwaite, stroke at the front, the biggest man, just get the ball settled and then drive it on.
So we have a maul right here, just trying to get going, but it seems to have been collapsed. It's been turned over by UOL. And UOL are now attacking out wide. It seems like a good attack. He's cutting out on the wide out, but an excellent tackle there by Matt Wells, and dragged into touch. An excellent tackle there to kill off the attack very quickly. Ross,
I think that just shows how good UOL are in the break. The few quick players out wide, but Matt Wells did well there to get back, and it was a great covering tackle. DMU now get the line out.
Yes, hopefully they'll be looking to do a better maul this time if they do set it up. The turnover came from, albeit a good line out, the maul seemed to collapse in on itself, and DMU will try and be more clinical here.
So I'd like to pass a quick set of the back.
So now inside their own 22.
Looks like exit balls come in straight out to Ben Pryor, who's going to launch it.
No, he got closed down quickly there, so he's going to have to run it. Excellent defence there by UOL. But again, not rolling away. UOL just getting caught at the breakdown right now, giving away silly little infringements and releasing the pressure off of DMU, giving them the chance to go further downfield again. Ross, just from the opening exchanges right now, who would you say looks to be more settled?
UOL definitely, they look good in the break, but I'd say DMU have had the majority of the possession so far. The control possession, have sort of had the territory middle of the pitch. They'll hopefully look to kick on from there.
Absolutely. So we just have a DMU line out from the penalty, and
Andy Braithwaite up again.
An excellent take this time, just looking to set up the maul a bit more cleanly, trying not to get pushed out, but UOL seem to have wrapped the ball up.
Tegan and Stanhope. Teagle's still got the ball underneath all of them there.
Absolutely, but they've got to keep this ball moving, otherwise it will be a turnover ball.
Looks like it's going up, dragged him out.
I have to say, I think Sean Coker there, the UOL number 8's done an excellent job.
It's been taken quick. They're looking to get the wide out play right now as UOL go down the line. An excellent miss pass out there to the winger, but just missed the
Big
pass.
tackle by Hamish there over the other side.
A good scramble defence there by DMU just to clean it up and gets the turnover at the other side of the pitch. Another line out for DMU. We're seeing UOL's pace out wide. Clearly this will be one of their game plans throughout the rest of this game. But what else do you feel they will add to this game as it goes further along, Ross?
Yeah, I think that they've, as I said, good backs. Their forwards look pretty. The forwards seem to have got in amongst DMU so far, and it's just important for DMU to remain focused and gain a bit of parity, and I'm sure it will come.
Well, DMU secured their own ball, albeit a bit scrappy at the line out, and will look to play it up front. So
Alex Parker running the ball there through it, breaking the line.
A very good drive there, but an excellent
Looked
flying
offside there.
tackle.
Yeah, I'd say it was a bit suspect there. Now it's turned the ball over. I think maybe DMU might have a few complaints about that, and I wouldn't blame them
Good
for
tackle
it.
there, Dom.
Space is opening up out wide again though, and UOL look to exploit it. But DMU are solid in their defence right now, keeping it strong in the centre and just making sure they don't gain any extra yards in the tackles right now. We're just seeing UOL rolling off of each other with a good few offloads right now.
Just working side to side, both teams are.
Advantage UOL though, I don't know what for, but UOL are looking to use their overlap, and he's going in for the corner. Try, I think, is going to be awarded. It's going to be very close. He might have dropped the ball before putting it down.
This referee consulting his assistant. There's Jack Robinson with who we think has scored the try. I think it's
the referee's awarding it. Yeah, so it is 5-0 UOL to DMU. So the conversion kick's in a quite awkward place for us. But anything there that really stuck out from you that DMU did wrong, or was it just excellent play?
I don't really know. I'm not really a coach, to be honest. I suppose it's difficult when it's really difficult when the ball's turned over that quickly. Your attacking setup just to quickly move to defence. So I'd be more inclined to say it was good UOL play rather than bad DMU play. I'm not too sure. Ryan, what do you think?
It looks like there's a lot of UOL pace out wide, so the centres look like they got sucked in there, and then they're just hitting them on the outside. So Ben Duke and Hamish both got sucked in there, and then just counteracts outside.
Well, DMU will be looking to counter immediately, but an excellent kick there, straight through the middle by
Max
Johnson. Absolutely superb kick. Wasn't even close to being short. Just went straight through into the stands.
About 10 minutes gone here in the Varsity 2019 men's first 15 rugby. UOL 7, DMU no.
So we're just having the kick-off right now. It's gone far
Straight
shorter
out.
and straight out.
It's, for the benefit of our listeners, there seems to be a wee bit of a wind blowing left to right.
There's a bit of rain up there.
Yeah, and the rain will probably not ideal for kicking conditions, but I'm sure it'll be disappointed with that restart.
Well, it's the first scrum of the game, and both sides will be trying to put down a marker of who will be the stronger side throughout this half. As a pack, Ryan, how do you feel this DMU team will match up?
They're quite a big pack, to be fair. Packs look evenly matched, and then you've got Parker at the back, who is obviously a very, very large number 8, and then you've also who's being pushed back now.
It's an excellent drive by Leicester, and they've got the advantage. They are playing the advantage, however. It's not been stopped, which is very unusual at the scrum.
It's not often you see a scrum make 10 metres.
No, it's not.
She's grown up with them. So fair play to the ref.
Awful knock on there.
So we're coming back for the penalty, which was only 2 phases away, which is probably why it's being awarded, even though it got so deep into DMU territory. But that was an epic drive by the UOL team, and they are now kicking for posts.
Ryan, is the go see before this game, is the focus on the cup final coming up, or which takes more priority, varsity or the cup final?
Varsity every day is taking place this week. Last week it was league, but last 4 week, next 3 weeks as well, is all cup finals basically. So cup final in 2 weeks' time, and next week to stay with relegation.
Do you want to remind us of the date and time of the cup final?
Cup final is the 20th, I believe.
20th of March.
I think we're away at Loughborough.
That'll be a tough game. We played them in the league.
Yeah, Loughborough are always strong, which is a problem. But cup final, you never know.
Yeah.
And look, UOL get the kick over. It is now 10-0 in UOL's favour. DMU will be looking to get a reply right now. Just need to make sure that they play to their game, don't fall into the trap of playing like UOL, just keeping their phase play open. So we're just about to take the kick-off again, hopefully a bit more clinical this time. It's going deep into the corner again.
Superb kick.
It is a superb kick, and it puts
Connor wheeling straight on that there.
It's a very good kick and traps UOL into their own 22. They're still inside though, so it can be kicked straight out, which does not happen.
Alex Parker takes the ball and goes on and runs.
An excellent chop tackle though by UOL right there. So the ball's a bit scrappy and has gone into touch. That was poor by DMU there. Scrappy ball just
Maybe should have worked it across the back towards Ben Duke out on this wing.
Just wasn't able to get the legs on and get away from that first tackler.
No.
If he'd done that, he would have been a hard man to stop.
He's always been a hard man to stop. Often count the number of bodies he goes through.
It was an excellent chop tackle though by UOL.
Thankfully with the infirmary close by.
So UOL win their own line out, but it's almost intercepted and the floating ball has to be
there
thrown.
by Daniel Holland.
So UOL will now be trying to build up some phases after DMU have had a lot of possession and UOL have mainly been counter-attacking. The 9 goes sniping around the corner, just trying to break through and past the DMU
well
defence.
held up there by Liam Bridie, who likes to call himself the Incredible Bulk for some reason.
I'm sure the nickname is well deserved.
He likes to think so.
Well cleaned up there by DMU. Good partnership.
Connor wheeling there. And
I think penalty for no arms tackler. Just from DMU, we're under a wee bit of pressure. Penalty. That's a great penalty to win. Kick down between 22, 10 metre, relieve a whole load of pressure and build an attack from there.
Exactly. Again, UOL's sloppiness about the penalties they're conceding right now have relieved the pressure of DMU. But right now, the weather is absolutely abysmal. The rain's coming down incredibly hard, and it's just abysmal weather conditions. Wind swept as well across the pitch. This is going to be a difficult game to play through the hands now.
It's shaping up to be a real forward battle.
DMU's plan all year has been play through the forwards, play through the phases. It seems to be stronger, a lot stronger with pack size against other teams.
So DMU win their own line out right now and look to be clearing their lines.
Bentigo takes it in with Parker clearing over.
It's a turnover by UOL.
Was stripped there and contact and went forward, but DMU have the put in at the scrum on their own 22 metre line, about say 20 metres in from the far touchline, big Holland Barrett stand. slightly filled up. It's about maybe a quarter full. Full. Good turnout for a varsity match on a wet and windy Wednesday evening in March.
Definitely. Saying that the support around this team has always been very good in DMU and Leicester as well, seeing as the teams perform quite consistently. But the University of Leicester scrum just dominates at the moment.
I think they've won the turnover as well.
Looks like DMU ball. Looks like they're going for an exit.
Yeah.
Back to Ben Pryor, who's hopefully kicks it. Yep.
Yeah. Mixed
Hamish, Matt Wells, Chase.
That's a great kick mix. Must have been about 40 metres there with this wind. Brings play up the halfway line, just inside the DMU half in the far touchline. Ryan, was seem to think that it seems it looks like DMU are maybe in the back foot in the scrums. What needs to happen for them to rectify that?
Maybe it needs to be a bit of a change of personnel. So maybe they've got Nathan Bevan-Brown, who's a lot bigger than Charlie Dunn in the second row. And then there's often a lot of changes towards the end of the first half to see if that makes any difference before half time.
UOL just call the mark. An excellent turnover at the line out, and he's tapped it quickly to himself and has got tackled. He needs to be careful because he seems isolated. UOL keep the ball though. But both teams.
Tackle there by Ben Pryor.
Both teams look to be very physical right now, trying to break through with brunt force. Not looking so much on the wideouts right now, but in this weather, you really do expect that it will be a forwards game through and through.
Definitely. I can't see DMU trying to change how they play, but who knows now?
Definitely play.
Not using
DMU
it there.
Have to play to your strengths.
Won a penalty from excellent counter-rucking.
Stu McWinney there.
What do we do here? Do we kick for goal or?
Cooking for touch. I'd imagine the plan B here.
I think the captains.
Liam Bridie.
Yeah, made his decision going for corner.
Well, I'd say that's an excellent
kick. Very good kick.
Yeah, take it from must have been about 30 metres there. With this wind, takes the DMU now have the ball on the 5 metre line. Yeah, UOL 5 metre line, and no guesses, no prizes for guessing what to do with this. I'd say they go for them all.
Yeah, but we've been practicing the last few days about just not engaging them all. So sending to form one and then straight out the back.
Okay, that's
because there you can see Alex Parker.
Oh, it's overthrown though.
Was in the scrum half position.
Oh, and UOL break through into the backfield.
Well held up by Matt Wells.
But UOL have just gone all the way back to the halfway line and get an advantage for a DMU player not rolling away.
We bit of afters there off, we bit of handbags off the ball there.
By 7 for UOL.
Yep, Jack Dickinson
on Tobin.
Yeah, but UOL now have a penalty after that promising position. Must be a bit disappointing.
Well, they've practically given up 50 metres now on the play, being near their DMU 10 metre line, just from one loose line-out play.
How you've been practicing getting a couple of jumpers up to contest the UOL ball, or is it
definitely?
Yes.
Andy Braithwaite at the front will definitely be going up, and then maybe Charlie Dunn towards the back with 2 lifters of Parker and Bridie.
It's unusual here to see the loose head George Taylor Walker throwing it in the line out. It's probably not too unusual in amateur rugby, but nice wee change. Gives the hookers a break.
Oh, it's been kicked through.
Away.
DMU will now look to try and apply pressure, try and keep them back into their own.
Stu McWinney sits someone down off the ball, as usual.
Just needs to be a bit careful with tackling players off the ball. Doesn't need to be caught out by doing that and giving away silly penalties. DMU though get into better field position to defend. And that was an excellent kick by the UOL scrum half. This is not the place to give away a knock-on.
They're throwing it backwards. The tackle there by Stu again.
A lot of broken field rugby here. UOL seem dangerous when it's on, and they had a few good opportunities there to get it wide. Thankfully, from a DMU perspective, it didn't go any further.
Yeah, UOL definitely look to be trying to get those wide out plays and trying to use their speed to their advantage. But their pack as well is incredibly strong right now, and it is a UOL putting on the DMU 22. So
yeah, and interest that UOL have put 2 men on the blind side. Probably might pick and go, try and go straight over the out half. Although I'd say Ben Pryor's useful tackler. He'll not want to give up too much ground.
Definitely, he's very good at clearing out the rucks as well, which is useful as a 10.
Yeah.
So
also unusual.
Yeah.
Usually 10s like to just wave the opposition through.
Yeah, it's very useful, especially in 2-on-1 situations with him. He can clears out very well.
Well, UOL dominate the scrum again, but no penalty given this time.
Bit high by Ben.
Well tidied up though by DMU.
Connor Whelan in his pink crisis this week.
Yes. Trying not to give away a 5-metre scrum right now. They'll be looking to
like
exit.
Ball. Yeah, it's a bit late there. Gone backwards.
And it's a good kick in the end by DMU.
Plenty of space here down the near touchline.
Yeah.
But that's a quality pass. It's on here for you. Well,
Hamish is shuffled over quickly there. Good tackle there by Stu and Hamish
very
again.
isolated now though. Has to make sure they get in.
That's good cover defence.
I think it's a turnover.
Matt Wells picks it up.
DMU with an excellent turnover there, clearing up that counter attack very
looks
quickly.
Like a K9 here, or K10.
And the clearance kick is put in.
Wee bit of heart and mouth there from DMU, but did well to recover there from the spilled ball.
Good defending again.
Yes, but DMU need to start holding on to some more possession and being a bit more clinical. The weather seems to have cleared up a bit, not lashing down with rain anymore, but the pitch is very clearly visibly wet, and all the players will be very much in mind of how slippery the ball will be.
Braithwaite stroke in front, drop backwards.
So UOL win their own line out
hit by Alex Parker,
trying to get over that gain line. Oh, this is a good cutting run.
That's a lovely line from Alex Wilcoxon. It's looking dangerous here for UOL.
They're starting to pressure the try line. Oh, but a sloppy tap pass has just killed that chance in its tracks.
Hits are flying in here. These boys are up for it.
Absolutely. It's good aggression right now by both sides, trying to stop UOL scoring as DMU almost on their own try line.
Alex Parker looks injured over there from what looked like a stamp.
It's
held up maul.
Yeah, I think
DMU Bridie might have turned this over.
Yes, Liam Bridie did really well to get in there and his opposite number and hold the ball up.
Looks like they're trying to pull it down. I'm not too sure who's got the ball.
No, I'm actually surprised the referee hasn't blown it up yet.
Oh, it looks like UOL.
It's just moving forward right now, so as long as it moves forward, it's fine.
I believe that's going to be a 5-metre scrum for UOL. They did well with the DMU deploying the choke tackle.
Yeah.
UOL did well to get in there, and
so time stopped for Alex Parker.
Yes,
far side.
A bit of a dirty play from behind the referee's back. I'm quite surprised the linesman didn't call anything. It seems to be a stamp on the player, but from our position it is a bit too far away to deem anything.
Defending a 5-metre scrum, just inside left on the pitch. How do DMU go about defending this?
Just scrum as hard as they can. That's all they've got to do here with the UOL put in, and hopefully the flankers can fly off at the 2 blind sides.
Yeah, UOL have 4 men here on the near side, blind side, leaving 2 on the open side.
But there's 3 DMU over that side as well.
Yeah, probably make sure the back.
UOL look to march this over the line, though. An excellent scrum drive. It is short, however.
Look at another scrum.
Yeah. I don't think the UOL number 8, Sean Coker, had control of the ball there. I think I'd say that's maybe quite poor number 8 play, because the line was at his mercy there. But it's a let off for DMU, and hopefully be able to win this and clear the line.
Like a penalty?
Penalty for hinging is what he signed, the referee that is. But UOL asked for another scrum, seeing how they're dominating it, and DMU just need to dig in right now, try not to concede anything from this scrum, and look to defend their own try line and stop UOL scoring again.
Yes, about 10 minutes left in the half. UOL attacking 5-metre scrum. They're 10-0 up in Rugby Varsity.
Kick back into the
popped out, and it's a try.
It's a try for UOL. I believe the scrum half scored that one.
Silas Talbot.
So the score right now is 15-0. DMU might possibly be regretting not taking the easy 3 points from the penalty. We've seen his kicking ability out of hand right now, seems to be excellent. Ryan, what would DMU be thinking of doing right now in their team talks?
Just play how they've played all season. So fast rugby, big up front, definitely with the big runners of Parker, Braithwaite and Bridie. Just get them on the ball as much as they can, and then get the phases going, 2, 3, 4, put them together, and then maybe kick for touch if they need to, get yards, just get out of this 22, which they seem to struggle a bit.
How important is it that they get the next score before half time?
It's critical. DMU get the next score, it brings it down to 12, maybe 10 points, which is not out of their reach, because they've not played badly. It's just that UOL have been more quick on the wings and then quick on the breakdown and the scrums, but they're fast into the rucks and breakdowns.
Yes, because we know DMU can score tries. They're averaging 3 a game so far over their 10 games that they've played. So they'll need it. Hopefully they'll need a couple here to overturn this 17-point deficit.
Well, an interesting kick, not as deep as usual, just outside the 22, trying to not make them kick deep again and put on deep ball pressure. But
fast up by Braithwaite and Stanhope, fast line speed.
Oh, he's through.
Another breakaway.
He's by himself. Good tackle by Hamish.
Excellent shot tackle.
That's one you want to record and show the Bay tutor. Show that it's great tackle technique there. Has it surprised you how little UOL have opted to kick? They like keeping the ball in hand.
No, not to be honest. I think they know their strengths are definitely quick out wide, so that's what they want to do, get through the hands out wide. Maybe towards the second half there might be a couple of more kicks into open space, but I think they know their strengths and they want to play to them all day.
Well, DMU just have a line out on their 10-metre line from a loose UOL pass, as they're just about to take it, and DMU secure their own ball, but it has been deemed not straight by the referee.
And they go for a scrum as usual, which is what they would do, to be fair, with their difference in strength.
I mean, on that sort of little rule, it's sort of a bit silly though, isn't it?
Especially with this wind.
Yeah, whereas you basically go, they can take the line out again, chance, or we will have the scrum please from a not straight line out. Who would ever give the opposition the ball back?
Yeah, it's. Do you think referees are maybe a bit too trigger happy or whistle happy, I suppose, when it comes to not straight throw-ins at the line-outs when the wind is blowing? Just need a wee bit of can't think of the word now.
Tripped over there.
Leniency.
Yes.
Locked on. Yeah.
UOL still in possession, bit scrappy, but the ball's ripped out and it's coming back for a penalty for the scrum breaking down again. Something needs to change in the DMU scrum, it seems. They've been constantly pushed off the ball and they are really struggling to be competitive at the breakdown. And the ref's given a warning to the hooker as well.
Maybe a change of personnel is what is needed.
Wee bit of stoppage here.
They're going for the corner.
Yeah.
So UOL are looking to capitalise on their pack advantage, it seems, and have kicked it quite poorly actually towards the top of the 22.
About maybe 5 metres inside the DMU 22. Yeah, probably. But why risk going for the corner when just go for safety?
Yeah, I guess the kicker knows his skills and abilities and just played to his skill level, and UOL win their own line out and start mauling it.
Alex Parker's breaking through there, done well.
But they're still driving forward.
He's done
very well. He's killed the ball.
Yes,
and DMU scrum.
Ball was held up there. Alex Parker did really well there to get in.
He definitely uses the size well there.
Yeah.
Broke up that UOL maul very well.
Because it was motoring along there, and I reckon the next destination would have been the try line if he hadn't got in there.
It may be DMU's favour just to suck off the mauls, just step back and then go around the sides. It might be a better option for them.
Yeah, we've seen that done before to varying success. Some sides, it's a difficult ploy to pull off, though. Would you agree?
It is something that our twos use a lot. For in the 5 metres away there, just sack off the maul, step back, and then get around the sides as quick as you can. We use it more than trying to maul it there.
Well, it's also the point that if you don't challenge the maul and the ball goes to the back of what has been set up, if you then hit the player in a tackle, essentially, you can give away a penalty for offside the mauling team.
Yeah, you've got to just be careful, really. Do it right, it doesn't matter, really.
So it's a scrum to DMU in their own 22. They'll be looking to get this cleanly out and most likely looking for an exit kick, which
Ben looks set up to do one.
They have been clinical, but UOL have been punished for pushing too quickly.
That might be part of the reason.
Straight over the top of the number 10 there. You'll be feeling that in the morning.
It's a penalty advantage though to DMU again.
That was a great carry from Alex Parker, I believe again.
Really he does a lot of the carrying.
Penalty for not being 10 metres back there, so DMU allowed to relieve the pressure a wee bit more.
And get better field position as well.
Ben Pryor looking to decent kick down here. It's just outside his own 22 metre. I'm sure he'll aim for about the halfway line or so.
So just as they're taking the penalty kick,
just inside halfway.
Yes. Bang on the halfway line.
Must have heard me.
So if you were DMU right now, how would you be looking to attack these final minutes of the game?
Play how they need to all season. Big up front, fast into the rucks, and then maybe into the backs, which we've not seen much of from DMU. There's been a lot of pace from Leicester.
So DMU are just about to throw their line out.
Charlie done up at the back.
Very well
Looks
taken.
Like they want to maul it again.
Seem to have got the wee got a bit of a nudge on here.
They're going around the corner.
Groans from a commentary team says everything. Ball's knocked on midfield.
It's unlucky there, really.
UOL ball.
I mean, the pass was practically at his feet, which never helps when you're about to catch the ball under pressure.
Maybe he needs to relax a bit more in there. Finley does.
It's also sort of from a personal perspective, whenever you're under that much pressure, sometimes it's just better as a forward to take the hit and just reset play. So UOL are now going to use their scrum to probably finish off this half as they drive incredibly well again. The scrum does wheel round though, but the 8 breaks away and pops it inside. UOL
Numbers.
UOL have got the wide out. Has to be a try in the corner. He's knocked it on and it's gone dead. UOL have just butchered an excellent chance. The excellent pressure there by the 2 DMU wideouts right there stopped an almost certain try-scoring opportunity. I don't think anyone would have caught him if he did get that ball. So it will be a 22 dropout, and
Tom Lawson, the outside centre, is his head in his hands at the try line at his mercy. And less said about that the better. We watched too much Six Nations, too many mistakes.
Well, saying that, UOL, when they have been less clinical than the scoreline claims to be, they've had many chances to score, but then silly penalties, silly loose ball opportunities have killed off a lot of their chances. So DMU are just looking to make sure their injured players are all right before taking the 22 dropout, and hoping to get a hard defensive line here and try and pin them far away from their own try line.
Good kick again from Ben.
Plenty of depth in that
looks like coming back at pace.
So UOL seem to have found a gap.
Stu and Daniel Holland as joint tackles.
So UOL just trying to finish out this half, should I say, with another try as they speed up play around the breakdown. Some excellent yardage there by the UOL players.
Looks like off his
feet there. I'm not sure how he could have. If he was blown for that, it was never on his
that was
feet.
definitely not on there as well.
Thrown out of play as well.
Yep.
So they do have the choice, I do believe, but the refs just awarded the scrum.
We look at the watch there, but I think we've time for the scrum.
Well, he stopped the clock for the injury at the 22 dropout, so I suggest probably 2-3 minutes tops left in this half as DMU try and find a reply. Saying that though, the defence has been admirable this half as well, killing off many UOL chances, and they can take pride in that, as well as look to expand on their better field positions when they're in UOL territory as well.
So DMU have done a lot of defending. Ryan, how tiring is it?
Oh, it's very tiring, especially on this pitch that's not the greatest, but it looks like Parker's got the ball there and not presenting the ball.
Yeah, penalty here. It's like UOL have another chance to add to their lead. I'm not too sure what it was. Holding on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Going for the corner.
Yeah, again.
So UOL are not taking the easy points, but again they don't quite get it to the 5 metre line. They're still quite a ways away if they want to drive this over. Maybe they're looking to exploit the centres right now. They seem to be gaining a lot of metres running down that channel. But we're just waiting for UOL to take their line out.
That's great.
And it's a great turnover there by DMU.
It's Alex Parker again.
Yes,
it's having a stormer. DMU now have the ball, just a couple of metres from their own line.
Good exit kick there.
It's a box kick, and
I thought he gathered it. That would have been an incredible taking that. But as it is, UOL have the ball. With a broken field player. He's done one.
Down.
Yeah, UOL have the ball inside DMU half.
There's wide gaps right now in the defence as Dickinson looks to cross the line, and I'm not sure. Yeah. He's been given. So
that's UOL's third try on the stroke of half time. It's looking difficult for DMU. What needs to be said at half time?
Back to basics, really. Back to how they need to play. Not try and get sucked into this UOL pace game of going out wide. Keep the ball in the forwards. Don't try and go up against their wingers.
I would say watching the DMU team right now is what they need to improve on is their field positioning.
Definitely.
That they get a lot of phase play, but they don't put on any pressure to force mistakes because they're playing mainly in their own half. And UOL have been playing excellently in making sure that they pin them back.
How do you do that against a team that's a division above you? You're probably arguably underdogs. You're probably going to be 24-0 down at half time. Like, how do you get back into the game from here?
That's the question up for Disco at half time, really. Just got to get them going again, really. Maybe a couple of changes in the pack is needed. Looks like Parker's coming off.
Well, this looks to be the final play of the game.
Looks like Alex Parker's coming off down there as well.
Not as the substitute. Oh
no. No.
He's
going to try and run it off.
Yeah, he's had a good half. So he has. Would you say he's DMU's best player? Or any other standouts?
Yeah, he's probably one up there. Stuart Minney with the ball in hand is a very good traveller with the ball. Defensive wise, maybe Liam Bridie along with Parker both play well together in tackling.
Well, DMU doing excellent in the
penalty. He's going for goal.
It was almost immediate, pointing towards the posts. DMU just taking the easy points now, probably learning from the previous mistake of kicking for the corner. They did very well in defence there, quick off their line, high and low hits to stop the offload, which UOL have employed to get past into the backfield. But DMU, even though the scoreline is quite big right now, haven't really made a lot of mistakes.
No, it's been more clinical from UOL, really. They've been a lot more confident in their play, a lot more clinical, and maybe the winning of the scrums is getting up there as well. Get a bit tiring for DMU being pushed back.
So possibly a turning point for this match will be how DMU responds to the scrummaging problem.
Solid kick there by Ben.
So DMU get themselves into this game, scoring their first 3 points, and it's half time. So it's an excellent finish to the half. We'll be playing a few songs and we'll be right back after the break.
Come on, DMU!
Varsity 2019. Right now, UOL are in the lead, but just before half-time, DMU put 3 points on the board. At the moment, we're still at the half-time break, just as the cheerleaders finished their performance. I'm sure the fans enjoyed it massively, and it's a pretty packed crowd. The further along this game's gone, the crowd's increased, wouldn't you say, Ross?
It's the team's coming back out here. UOL.
So the teams are now coming back out. A small technical difficulty with the headphones, but we're just waiting for the teams to come back out. UOL are the first team out. They'll be kicking off for this half. So we now have DMU now running out onto the field whilst we're trying to recover Ross's headphones. Ryan, how do you feel this game's going to go? Okay, so we're having many technical difficulties right now, so I'm just going to continue talking. So we're just waiting for kickoff right now, and
so a few changes there by DMU as well. So it looks like Mendes is on down here. Looks like Nathan Bevan Brown is on for Charlie Dunn. I think Stu McWhinney's gone off for Mendes. Yeah, there he is walking down the bottom.
How important was it that DMU got on the scoreboard at just before the half time, or would you have preferred to see them go to the corner again?
Definitely, big boost of confidence just before half time. So looks like Ben Pryor's moved to centre with Adrian Mendes coming on at 10.
Oh, it looks to be a turnover by UOL, but
And
DMU
got
clean
it
up
back.
the loose ball very quickly. So DMU will be looking to build upon their 3 points, trying to get back into this game and playing the way they know how to. So we're just at a breakdown right now. Ross, how would you feel the team would need to perform to get back into this game?
Yeah,
Looks like it's been
they
held
need
up
some.
in there.
They need some confidence. As Ryan said in the first half, they need to just go back to basics. Do what they're good at and get possession. But possession's the most important thing, as they're doing here. But I think the ball's just been stripped. Has it? Oh no,
DMU still got the ball and just dancing past one player and
Got it now.
an interesting offload there, practically ripping it out of his own player's hands.
X-ball by Parker.
Oh,
the
that's a
guards.
great line right there, dragging 4 players with him with the offload at the end just to gain those extra few metres. DMU trying to play their
Looks
way.
like Parker's down again.
Head injury, it seems,
Yeah.
which is why the ref stopped it
Always
immediately.
serious.
Yeah. Well,
Where there was doubts he would be able to carry on there the end of the first half. Maybe that'll be it now. But getting assessed by DMU physio, I'm sure he'll want to play on.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to play on.
Yeah.
the linesman is also talking to the ref. Clearly the linesman's seen something that UOL are doing and clearly doesn't like it, which is why he's alerting the ref to it.
Teagle's having a bit of flexibility check there of his shoulder.
Yes.
So the clock has stopped, so the players are just making sure that they're all fit and ready to continue this half, no niggles or injuries at all. I do believe it will be a scrum to DMU because it was their possession.
How important are these wee breathers for DMU that soaked up a load of tackles there in the first half?
Massive breathers there, really. Especially with this big scrum coming in. UOL basically won all of them in the first half.
I think we've still got the same front row for DMU.
Yeah, Bridie, Teagle, Stanhope, and then I think it's Braithwaite and Bevan Brown in the second row, and Holland and Peck and Parker across the back row.
Interesting fact about Dominic Peck, plays cricket as well, I believe.
Well, off of that topic very quickly, DMU did win their own scrum ball, negating the shove entirely by a quick hook out back.
It looks a bit more physical now, with a physical side now.
But UOL win the penalty.
Not
Done.
releasing again.
Not too sure they'll go for points here. Probably go towards the
Yeah, it looks like they're going for the corner.
yeah. Try and capitalise on the lead that they've got and the dominance.
Way in the corner there.
It's again near the top of the 22. He hasn't kicked that very well. Even if you were saying he was kicking safely, he still very much kicked it almost barely 10 metres up the field. Additionally as well, we were talking about it in the first half, DMU are playing in the wrong areas of the field. They're very much in their own half. Oh, a tap on there.
Good to
An excellent run. It looks like they might have held him up.
Oh no, tries awarded.
The try's awarded. UOL with a good try there off of a creative line out.
Yep. That was Bradley Ogodunwa. As soon as he got that ball, he got the legs pumping, and I think signs are fairly ominous. He was very quick for a hooker, but I suppose that's the modern hooker these days. You need to basically be an extra back rower on the pitch. But that takes score line up to 29-3 to UOL with conversion to come, and about 7 minutes played in the second half.
Probably about that.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for the conversion to take place. Again, it is a difficult kick, this time kicking across the post, so not as easy as last time.
But he has a 100% record so far.
And
That 100% record remains.
Excellent kicking by the number 12.
Splits the posts.
Max Johnson's kicking so far today has just been phenomenal. So
Yep, there by DMU.
DMU will now be looking to do a quick restart here, try and put pressure on UOL in the right areas of the field.
It's another great restart there. Varsity,
But a good offload, but pressure's building. And that looked to be a knock-on by UOL.
There's a few players there in front of
The ref.
offside as well. Oh, no, the referee's called it.
The linesman on the far side has said it was a knock-on, and so it has been awarded as a DMU scrum. So DMU are now in advantageous field position for the first time. We're just waiting for the put-in right now. It'll be interesting to see how DMU attack from this.
Definitely straight into the backs really down here with Connor Whelan, Hamish and Matt Wells lining up.
Any wee backline plays the boys been working on midweek?
Maybe a couple of switches in there, but not too sure on the backs plays.
We stick to the forwards, don't we? Yeah. We stick to where the game's won.
That's where all the fun stuff is. Well,
The pack's a bit more evenly matched with the change with Nathan coming on, with size-wise.
saying that it was a clean hook last time which won DMU the ball rather than a shove. And
looks like a spin there again. And Parker's got the 9.
He's got the 9, couldn't hold on though, so he runs free and it's open play with a broken field and UOL are breaking free. Open man on the wing, but a poor pass.
Caught up, good tackle there by Hamish, holding on. Or Braithwaite held on, pulled him down.
It was a poor pass there by UOL and a kick straight out of play as well, which just relieves so much pressure off of DMU.
Can't help but feel if that pass was just to the hands and the UOL left winger Jack Robinson didn't have to reach behind. Firstly, I think he was maybe in the corner there, but as they say, hindsight's a wonderful thing, and poor pass. Ball goes out on the full, and it's a DMU line out just inside their own half.
Braithwaite's gone down there with an injury.
Well, UOL have also had a substitution. Number 8 coming off, which
Sean Coker,
with number 20 coming on.
Luke Curley.
Charlie Crumb's coming on for Alex Parker there.
He seems to be struggling with something right now.
Yeah.
I think it's the continuing injury from the first half, and he's had to come off for it to receive treatment again.
He's put in a big shift, so he has. He's done well. He's been one of DMU's main ball carriers. You said Andy Braithwaite went down there.
It looks like he's slipped back up.
Yeah. Would that be a blow to DMU's line out if he went off?
Definitely, yeah. He's the main person to go up at the front. But then there's a few other lads. Good step by Mendes.
Well, yeah. DMU are...
good line break there by Bridie.
DMU are now just going to try and play their phases, break through this defensive line which has held them back so well into their own half.
So Hamish Chesterman there was breaking down the blind side, and he'd have prop up against them. If the ball had gone out to him, I'd say would have fancied his chances, but had a bit of an overlap there, but they win the penalty anyhow.
It was a hard press by UOL, so I think all the DMU players would have preferred him to take contact rather than pass under pressure.
Quickly up there by Ben Duke and Hamish to stop the quick throw.
Excellent penalty kick there by DMU. Now deeper into UOL half as they try and sort out their line out again. Talking about the backs right now, we haven't seen much of them, but do DMU have any firing backs which could change the tide of this game?
So if they get it into Connor Whelan's hands down here, Harambe, quick and likes a good run into a crowd of people, good strength, and isn't scared of it.
His nickname Harambe?
Yes.
Do you want to tell the listeners what that is, or is that not suitable for radio?
It's just what someone called him on this first training session. It's stuck for the last 3 years.
Fair enough. UOL win the penalty there for holding on. DMU got a bit isolated, and it just allows UOL to build another attack. That's a great kick.
That's a far better kick than the previous ones, deep into DMU territory inside their 22 from their own half. That kick was taken. It makes you wonder why they didn't kick for the corners before, but
Made a good 40 yards there.
yeah. So that DMU will now look to try and recover their field position with a good hard defence. UOL playing out the back very quickly.
Good tackle there by Connor.
That's a great tackle by Connor Whelan, because they had numbers up there, and he bit in and hit his man. Not only did he tackle him, but he prevented the offload as well.
So UOL coming back on the open side as
Good
12
tackle by
cuts
Dom.
back in.
Held up.
So we're now just seeing UOL go side to side right now as they try and break through as an offload to the outside. Oh, try has been given.
Awarded, yes.
Yeah.
Alex Bowles with the score. Again, I think there's maybe the man up there, but the big blind side stuck his head down and only going for the line. Don't think the winger outside him had ever a hope in getting the ball. And as a former back row forward, I completely agree with your boy's decision to go on his own.
Saying that some of the DMU players seem to be a bit upset with the referee's decision, feeling that it was held up, but the try has been awarded anyway, and UOL are now just putting their mark on the game. 36-3 being the current score, and it seems to be only ever increasing for UOL as they continually play in DMU's half, not giving DMU any territory at all or any easy possession.
Yes, it's a test and kick, but we've said that about virtually all of his kicks so far, and he's landed him.
Kicking into the posts, hard, strong and flat.
Missed that one.
It's his first miss. I suppose we'll let him off of that. He's nailed every other one.
It's just ironic he got the harder one through, but the easier one he just misses by a fraction.
That was a good play though through the back hands there by Leicester. That's just how they're more clinical. You can see with their backs play why they're in a much higher league and why they're going for promotion.
Well, a high kick there and an excellent hit by DMU to stop the catcher in his tracks. And DMU are competing very well at this ruck, but
I think maybe taking out the 9. Oh,
yeah.
he's off. Can't really see who it is.
Excellent dummy. Chop
Maybe
tackle
done well
though,
there again.
and picked up immediately, but
Daniel Holland
driven
pushing him
back.
Connor with the ball.
It's a turnover, possibly.
That was
yes,
a great
definitely.
tackle to stop the momentum there, because UOL looked dangerous, but I'm not too sure who it was. Maybe I think it was Daniel Holland.
Yeah, driven him back.
Yeah, all
Finley's doing well there too.
Got punished though for running isolated. He
well.
breaks through a tackle.
Nine's
He needs his
always going to
supports,
be
though,
killed in there.
and it looks to be scooped up by a UOL player. And
Don't really know what's going on
a
there.
bit of hot potato there. Nobody wanted to actually catch the ball. I think
Someone's
it's
down behind the rock. Looks like Finley's down. 9.
well, UOL are on
We
the
got the
ball,
ball.
pushing forward.
And there's Braithwaite on the floor again.
So
The whistle comes here. It's good from a DMU point of view with two men down. Who do we say it is? Braithwaite and
Finley
Wood. Yeah, I'm sure that'd be 2 big losses to DMU if they went off. Just who did DMU still have to come on off the bench?
So it looks like there's still Danny Napper as a front row, Fraser Cottrell's a winger, Stu looks still to be warming up, and I can't decide who's still on the bench.
So when do you think we'll see them, or if we'll see them?
I'm surprised that we've not seen. There's Jack Walker as well, who's a fullback. I'm surprised that Fraser's not come on to try and match the pace of the UOL wingers, and same with Jack Walker. They're a bit quicker than Ben Duke and Hamish.
So this breaking play for injured players. One player is
Finley's got his arm in a makeshift sling there. Braithwaite looks like he's back up yet again.
Hopefully that's not too serious for the DMU scrum half.
No.
Big match, couple of weeks' time.
I imagine then that Mendes will go to 9, Pry will go back to 10, Harambe or Connor Whelan will go into the centres, and Jack Walker will come on either on the wing or at fullback.
Well, all the best to him, and hope it's a speedy recovery and nothing too serious. So DMU will now try and compete at this scrum, trying to turn the tide around so far. The scrum seems to have given the University of Leicester all the opportunities so far to dominate this game. But DMU possibly being a little bit savvier at the scrum right now, making sure that they get set how they want to be, not at Leicester's desire, making sure that they don't engage until told to.
Ethan Morgan Clark's also on for Dom. Just noticed that.
Is that in the back line?
Yeah, so currently on blindside. And with Charlie McCrum's on at 8 at the moment.
So scrum put in. This scrum is far more stable.
Looks more equal, that one.
So now into the back lines, a good switch play there.
Good tackle
cut
there by
out
McCrum.
very quickly. So DMU now trying to do a hard defence, trying to turn that ball over as quickly as possible, but it's kicked clear straight into the arms of number 14.
Hamish done well there, driving on 3 players.
So
long places out.
DMU now in a bit better field position than they have been for most of this half, where they've been playing between their 10 and 22, and they also
Knocked
have
on there.
a penalty advantage.
Offside.
Caught out by the new offside rule there, where the rucking player places his foot. The furthest foot forward is now the offside line, whereas UOL tried to play the old rule of the back foot. So DMU will now try and capitalise on greater field position right now.
Just outside the 22.
I had no idea the offside rule had changed, to be perfectly honest.
Well, you've now learnt something new.
Every day's a learning day.
The whole reason why the Courtney Laws charge down was a offside ruling rather than a onside ruling, and that caused the whole debacle, and people actually then had to research the new rules. So DMU,
the lift is the same. So Ethan's gone up, off to Mendes, into the backs quickly.
and cutting back into the forwards. An excellent run there.
By Ben.
That looks like it was hands in the ruck there, but ref says
good tackle
play
there
on.
by Mendes. Mendes has played for Luxembourg under 18s.
That's an interesting fact to know. So UOL will now be looking to try and improve their field position as the ref accidentally slips over. So UOL now just playing basic front up rugby, getting the forwards hitting hard.
Nathan's gone through the...
I think that was maybe a stupid penalty to give away.
Bit too hot-headed there. Arguably, he could have gone through, and if he went through legally, could have picked up the ball, but just aimed for the 9 completely. And this looks like it's going to be another very good kick.
UOL's kicking looks like it's stepped up a notch this half.
They're looking to turn the screw in this half. Time's not on DMU's side here. It must be soon getting towards throwing the kitchen sink at us. How do they go about doing that, Ryan?
Into the back stands and much quicker then, basically. Instead of just trying to bash the way through, is with the forwards of Stanhope and Bridie, just into the hands of Connor and Matt Wells, really. Maybe give Jack Walker a run who's not at the ball yet.
So UOL win their own line out, but has got sacked immediately to stop them all forming. And
that looked like a much better option than trying to go up against them all.
Absolutely. But UOL still driving forward, and they're getting closer and closer to the try line as they break it out to the backs. This is going into the corner.
Taken down well there by
an
Matt Wells.
excellent strip though by DMU, and they get the knock-on scrum on their own 5 metre line. That was a very good strip in the tackle there by
Wellesley. He's done a lot of them tackles today, deep down into DMU territory.
Yeah, certainly tried try saver if I've ever seen one.
He's a very hard worker, to be fair to him. He's a very good 12, so does all the hard work for the 13.
Do you think tiredness might play a wee bit of a factor here in DMU?
It might do, but I don't think it would do just yet. Maybe the forwards mainly, with a lot of front-up play from both sides.
Well, we've been seeing a lot of substitutions which have happened very early into this half as well. Partly because of injuries, but also UOL strategically swapping their players out as well. Clearly they want to keep this high intensity level up.
There's like a few more being readied.
Oh, they've attacked this scrum brilliantly, UOL have.
And DMU've got it.
DMU have got it, but it's rolling all over the place.
Another 5 line scrum. Put down by Ben Pryor there.
UOL are really turning the screw here. That was a dominant scrum.
Well, it's their putting this time as well now. Need to make sure that they don't give up the march on this one and just dig in right now, not giving any inches at all.
Their 5 metre scrum here, ball goes in.
They managed to stop an immediate charge. They seem to be wheeling around, but advantage has been given to Leicester.
Dropped it, not
penalty try. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not
too sure why.
It was coming.
Saying that,
it looks like a yellow card.
If it wasn't for the new number 8 knocking the ball on, I'd say the try would have been scored. So I think that's maybe a fair enough.
Yellow card there for
Is there a yellow card?
Yeah, yellow card to
Lewis Stanhope.
Lewis Stanhope there. To be fair, or to argue against the ref's decision, because I'm sorry, UOL didn't drive forward before they wheeled that scrum, which is a penalty to DMU. If you wheel the scrum before you move forward, it is you who's in the wrong. And that scrum there, they went to the side before they went forward. So that should have been a DMU penalty, in my opinion anyway.
It gets what was a mountainous task for DMU's now like climbing Mount Everest, to be honest. They're man down for 10 minutes. They're 40 points down. It's not looking good. Where do we go from here? Is it just about trying to win the last 15-20 minutes?
Definitely. Just give a bit of pride back. Maybe one try. Don't know, make it look as bad as it could be. Because DMU have definitely not played badly. It's just that UOL played more clinically, and their scrums have been winning, which is how they've won the game basically.
They're a real classy side, and there's a reason. I suppose there's a reason why they're going for promotion to North B.
Well, DMU are in far better field position right now. Looking to try and get something out of this right now as they keep going around the corner again and again. Ball's lost, but
don't really. Not too sure. I thought there was maybe a few hands in there from UOL.
That's been
penalty's been awarded now for hands in a ruck. But you'd have to argue that this has been happening a lot during this game, and this is the first time that refs awarded it. You just have to wonder why that's the case.
Now we get to see this DMU maul in action. They're about 4 metres inside the UOL 22. Seen them. Mauls aren't usually converted from these positions, but never say never. And
Ben Teagle looks like he's down, injured.
So we're now just waiting on the injury, waiting on just making sure that everything's okay to continue in this break of play. So DMU will be looking to pump themselves up to try and score a try, just to get some credit back into this game. Looking towards future games as well, Ryan, how do you feel this performance will connect? Because DMU haven't played poorly, they just haven't finished.
Yeah, that's true. So Aston next week away to stay in the league. If they play like this, they should turn them over, really. It's certainly not been a bad performance by DMU. Just that you can see UOL's class of being 2 leagues above.
This must be the first venture into the UOL 22 that DMU have had in the second half here.
They've got players over immediately, though, to turn that ball over. But DMU got the penalty.
I think there was maybe a fellow who didn't release there. This number 7, Jack Dickinson, looked as if he was on his feet, but I think there's another man in there. And so DMU are going to stick it in the corner again.
Well, they have to try something to get back into this game.
Just up at 2 and then maul it, or do we have a shift drive or something?
It might be up straight at Braithwaite and then drive, or it might be form the maul and then ball straight out before UOL can start pushing.
So we're now waiting for what will hopefully be another clinical line out by DMU as it goes straight to 2.
Into the maul.
UOL have got the initial shunt on, but I think DMU
still got the knocked on.
It's knocked on UOL ball, who have kicked it rather skewedly. But excellent tackle there.
Big dominant tackle there, as they now talk about. It shunts all DMU's momentum.
That's going to be marked. So a little chip kick through that got marked by UOL.
Another stoppage in play here, just for the UOL replacement to clear the ball.
I'd say the one thing DMU can take from this game.
Not done that very well, though.
No.
Not cleared it at all.
It's another attacking chance. But I'm a bit surprised at how little DMU have been able to get the ball out to the backs.
Yeah,
would you say that's down to poor ball retention, or is it just the fact that UOL are class above?
It's a bit uncharacteristic, to be honest. In this situation, I'd have thought they definitely will go through the backs, but I'm not sure if they will.
Well, I'd say that one thing DMU will learn from this, it's a fumbled ball. DMU have retained it, but it was a knock-on. But DMU will have to take from this game that territory is a vitally important thing, where UOL, who in the first half didn't even have most of possession, DMU did, but UOL had all the territory, forcing DMU to play in their own half for almost all the half.
Looks like Danny Napper's coming on for this scrum, otherwise there's only 2 front rows.
Because the
yellow card for Stanhope
isn't up yet. Wee bit of confusion here. Oh, and he does come on.
No players come off, though.
I guess the card is a...
No, someone's coming. Ben Duke's coming off from the right wing.
This yellow card must be near up. I'm actually surprised we've only had one scrum. It is the first scrum in the yellow card period. But let's see what Danny Napper, if he can stabilise a scrum that hasn't... It's been a real weapon for UOL today.
Well, you can clearly see it as the platform that they've attacked from. But that was a solid scrum there by DMU. And an excellent turnover there for DMU. Now in good attacking position, try and make
Nott
something
on
out
there
of this.
again.
So going round the blind again, just gaining those extra vitally important metres.
Danny Napper trying to make some yards there.
Good low tackle there though by UOL.
This is what do you think this is what DMU need, Ryan? Just a better possession
In a more dangerous areas.
Front up running again, trying to make sure they don't lose the ball, but
Sidestepping there by Daniel Holland.
is isolated though, needs support quickly.
Quick pick and go there by Charlie Crown.
Is that something that has
Counter
been
ruck though,
DMU
kicking
playing
the ball
just quick?
forwards. Sorry about that. Penalty for DMU because the Leicester player, although unintentionally, kicked the ball forwards in the ruck, which is illegal.
Is that the quick picking jam? Is that something DMU have been that's been a strength for DMU this year?
At times, yeah, when there's not as much pace in the opposition or lack of thinking by them. It's something that we do try and do sometimes, but it's not always needed.
So DMU now inside the UOL 22. It is their line out, and you would suspect they'll go for the maul option again as UOL makes some more substitutions. So just waiting for the line out to go.
Straight off the top.
Looking to play wide. Oh, it's a turnover as well in open play.
Mendes has done well there.
Done well to cut out the open run. Oh, this won't be good though.
Yes.
Not releasing. Needs to release the tackled player.
I thought the referee was
Corner
gonna
again there. They're going for.
It has to be really. You would think. I was thinking almost at that point in time he was about to give a penalty for not releasing, but DMU have got lucky there.
On the just outside the 20. Ben Duke's back on, so yellow card's up.
Yeah. It's like Danny Napper staying on for Stanhope.
Well, he solidified the last scrum, didn't he? So it made sure that clearly it worked, him being in a prop, and so they might as well keep him there.
Gone backwards, still gone.
DMU just looking to regain some lost yards, breaking through. Excellent run there.
He's a big ball carrier, and he's not afraid. That's the best thing about 10. He's not afraid to take it up himself.
Absolutely. A bit more clinical as well right now in the breakdowns. DMU are, as they try and attack this 22, try and get themselves scoring a try. So DMU though are sort of getting a bit too tight right now, playing inside both 15s. Possibly need to look
Gone backwards.
Possibly need to look to make a more wide out play.
UOL penalty.
So just knock-ons and forward passes, and just it sort of summed up the DMU's performance today, don't you think?
Yeah.
UOL though are breaking out wide, but again
Forward
a
pass.
poor pass. Forward pass in the midfield though. I was tracking where the ball was going rather than what was
Finley's
happening.
back along the touchline with his prop sling on and a blanket.
What's that likely to be? Is that like to be elbow, collarbone, or?
I'm not too sure, but not got the infirmary far away.
Yeah.
Just wishing him the best, making sure he has a quick recovery.
It looks like it's going quickly now.
Well, it's no use getting cold out here right now. Might as well be inside being warm.
How have you made of DMU's performance today, Ryan?
I think they'll be happy with it, to be honest. It's not been awful. It's not been a complete catastrophe and a walkover like the score suggested last year. It's been positive that UOL, you can clearly see, our leagues above, going for promotion, are very organised, know what they want to do, get out to the wingers. But DMU can't quarrel at it really. It's not been bad. but UOL just better. That's the truth of it, really.
Is it hard in these like dying minutes of the game? There's 40 points down. Is it hard to stay focused in matches?
No, I don't think so. From DMU's point of view, I think they just want the one. They want the one try.
They competed
Maul
that
and sacked.
They competed that line out well, making sure that UOL can't get their maul going at all.
Liam Brady's limping.
Not releasing the tackled player penalty to UOL, and it relieves a lot of pressure from UOL again. And this has been, I'd say, the more clinical problem that DMU have had is giving away penalties in the opposition half and losing significant territory even though they have a decent amount of possession.
So it's up to the halfway line, UOL ball. Must be what time?
About 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I'd say about 5-10 minutes left.
Your tip again.
The game's got a wee bit scrappy.
Well,
I think a scrappier game early on might have suited DMU more.
Yeah.
It's not so free flowing, a lot less backs involved.
Well, UOL have still managed to secure the ball, but DMU trying to front up the defensive effort, make sure they don't give any metres and pin UOL back into their own half. But UOL, who are attacking on the wide out, runs clear down the wing. He's breaking free, but a solid
held up there
tackle.
by Hamish again.
But we're now inside the DMU 22, just playing outside it as UOL look to just put the cherry on top of this excellent performance that they have put on for us. So UOL still trying to...
One there by DMU.
It's Connor wheeling again. He's made quite a few turnovers today, so he has.
I think DMU have...
Oh,
got
maybe
them.
not.
Oh, no.
Nah, he must have deceived me there.
Going out wide again.
That has to be in the
Overlap.
corner.
No.
Oh,
Stop,
no.
going out.
Who was that put that tackle in?
Hamish must have done it again. Someone's in the...
Hamish saves the day.
Excellent tackle by him. Again, DMU's scrambled defence has just completely stopped UOL from finishing their chances.
It looks like Matt Wells ended up in the advertising boards. Stu's coming back on for Connor down here.
There's a wee bit of... Not too sure what's happening here. I think it's maybe... Is time off?
Time's off just because of injuries at the moment. I believe it's a scrum to DMU, not a line out.
Yeah, it looks like they're shaping up for a scrum, so... What do they do here? Do they have a go from here, or is it just all about clearing their lines?
I think DMU've got to clear their lines right here, really. There's no point trying to play.
No, it is a
back to
line
the
out,
wall.
though. Just a very tightly compact one, all towards the front of the line out. So we're just waiting for them to throw that ball in.
Oh no, I think time's still off.
Time's still off.
Yeah,
Injured
looks
player.
like Hamish just behind the touchline.
We're just... sadly, the game is stopped right now just because of injuries and other problems right now. And the referee's just asked for the player to either move away or get back on the pitch.
He's back on the pitch, I think. Just beyond the post.
Yeah, so he's back on the pitch, and
UOL
UOL win that line out.
And straight over the rucks, DMU. Trying to drive through.
Yeah, DMU now need to
Gone
try.
backwards somehow.
Well, DMU have managed to get them off their own try line, but now they need to try and stop this attack altogether now. Try and be clinical in their
Good
defence.
tackle there by Daniel Holland.
It's
Big tackle.
in the centre of the pitch here. Difficult position from DMU to defend, but they're doing rightly here. UL looking to keep the ball alive.
Trying to get it wide out to the wing of far on the left.
Yeah, but they're stopping them very well, just making sure that they do not break free, but
Held up.
he's just been held up short.
Good line speed
Trying
there.
to charge on to
Looks
the
like
ball.
a maul's been formed.
Yeah,
It is a maul, and it's in the try area, but it looks to be held up.
Not obviously the referee's in a much better position, but that looked destined to be held up from where we were. So UOL have a really dangerous scrum here. They say 5 metre scrums in the centre of the pitch are the worst to defend. Would you agree?
Definitely. They can go either way from here, really, well, can't they? Down to the right, which looks like they've got the overlap down here.
Yeah, they're piling all. I think they've all their back.
Yeah, they're overloading the open side right now.
Maybe leaves 8-9 wing on the blind side.
Yeah.
DMU have just the scrum half and then the winger.
If it does turn, I would watch the 8 picking and going round the blind.
Yeah.
Very little defence there, especially if it's the 8 popping it off to the 9 as well. We could see a sneaky try out on that far corner. But we're just waiting for this to be set up as DMU again stand up just so they get the setup they want. DMU full 8-man shove, who's spun it again. And it is an advantage
UOL.
to UOL.
It's another try. Must be their. I've lost. Must be their 6th try. Not too sure who got it.
It was just a messy scrum, wasn't it?
Looks like number 20, Luke Purley. So it's sort of summed up the game. UOL scrum's been completely dominant. It's been unfortunate from a DMU perspective, because they've plugged away and haven't given up, which is a credit.
Well, after this conversion, which should go over the posts, it will be 50-3 to UOL. The scoreline says a lot, makes the game seem far more one-sided than it really has been.
It flatters UOL a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm just sort of shocked, really, watching this game. I didn't think it was that big of a scoreline. But, well, DMU are running back up quickly to try and get a try in this game and put their mark in this game, so it doesn't. So the scoreline doesn't make it look like a complete walkover.
I think the early possession just before that score that DMU had in the UOL half, was that their? Do you think that was their last opportunity for a score? Do you think they can muster one more attack?
I'm not sure. That looked forward there, but
plays just on the. UOL have the ball on their own 22-metre line, shaping up for an exit here. Oh,
the rest of the game gets quick wingers, and it worked.
Do you think it'll be difficult for DMU to pick themselves up by this, or?
No. Next week's another cup final practically against Aston. Wins stay up, and then the following week's definitely a cup final with a cup final away at Loughborough.
So just a quick round. Man of the matches between you two.
It's a good one. I'd have to go probably the UOL 12. Max Johnson, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Max Johnson kicked well and controlled the game.
From a DMU perspective?
Probably Connor Whelan played extremely well at the breakdown, made a few line breaks. But if Park had played the whole game, might have been him.
Also, big shifts from Stuart